everyone. Another year, another disappointing Chicago Bulls season, and there's just a lot of questions with this upcoming offseason. Nikola Vucevic, he's a free agent. He's likely gone. I don't know why he would stick around with the Chicago Bulls. They once again failed to make the playoffs, and this is a team that they should have blown up at the trade deadline. They should have blown it up in the offseason. You had all the reports, all the rumors that the Knicks, they were willing to throw a Godfather package at Zach Lavine. The Lakers, they would have probably given up whatever you wanted for DeMar DeRozan at the time because they were desperate. And you probably could have gotten some stuff for Kobe White. Vu, you probably could have gotten some assets for Vu. Maybe even a potential first from the right team. Especially the way that teams have just been throwing away draft picks and stuff. There's a lot that you could have done that you failed to do because you believed that they could turn it around. You went into the season, they were bad all season, got into the playoffs or the play-in, and they were bad in the play-in, and they lost. They won that first game against Toronto. You got to credit that. But, did anyone think that they were going to do anything? Do Chicago Bulls fans even think if they got into the playoffs they would have done anything? I don't think so. I just don't think this team is very good. They don't have the pieces that they need around their two guys. They got DeMar and they got Lavine, and they have a bunch of pieces that just don't really fit together nicely. They tried to go with that Pat Bev, Alex Caruso backcourt that could just defend and be the point of attack guards to kind of add pressure, and it works to an extent, but it's not. Then you end up having DeMar playing the four. It just doesn't work, right? You need, if you want Caruso to be the one, sure, have Caruso be the one, Lavine at the two, DeMar at the three, then you need an elite defensive forward and an elite defensive center. Because you need somebody that can protect the paint and keep, DeMar and Lavine just getting blown by and be the deterrent. And then you need that sizable 3-and-D style defensive wing that can go and defend along with Alex Caruso. So you basically have DeMar and Lavine as your two primary scorers, and then you just have nothing but defenders around them. That's probably the only way you're going to have that success. But even then, there's still question marks about them and their success. And Lonzo Ball, a lot of people think Lonzo Ball is the piece that puts it all together. I don't see that. Lonzo Ball has developed into a better player. His shot, defensively, he's a great defensive guard. His playmaking and his ability to get guys going. But how much is he going to really be able to do that, for one, when you have Zach Lavine and DeMar DeRozan who are ISO scorers? It's not like you have this team where it's just a bunch of shooters and you have Lonzo Ball who's just making plays and, getting everybody in their spots and kind of orchestrating it all. Lonzo Ball is not the answer to take this team and go, oh, this team is now all of a sudden a contender. No, would they be better? Maybe. But are they better than the top 5 teams in the Eastern Conference? No. They're probably still a play-in team, even with Lonzo. So Lonzo isn't the answer, and who knows what's going to happen with Lonzo. If you're Chicago, you got to just blow it up. Trade Lavine to the best package available. I would call up the Knicks and be like, hey, do you guys still want Lavine? And start that negotiation immediately. Start your rebuild. Keep Williams. If you want, keep Caruso, although I would probably trade everybody but Williams. And Ayo, right? Keep those two. Trade everybody else. And literally start an entire rebuild. Unload DeMar. I'd call the Lakers and see if the Lakers still want DeMar. Even if you trade him for, D'Lo and 2 seconds or something or whatever, just to get his money off your books, right? Or try to keep D'Lo, give us Mo Bamba and Beasley, and we'll give you DeMar. There you go. You do that swap. Give us the first. Lakers would probably do that. You get a young center, 3-and-D center that you could develop and put around Williams and Ayo, and there you go. Right, and then whatever, and then try to get. Can you get R.J. Barrett from the Knicks? Maybe that. Now you start putting some real pieces together. Imagine if you're the Bulls and you end up with you end up with, say, R.J. Barrett, a bunch of first, obviously, but say you get R.J. Barrett, maybe you could even get like Grimes. So go Barrett, Grimes, Williams, Mo Bamba. Right now, you start putting together this like young, talented package. But seriously, if it was me, I'd trade Alex Caruso to the highest bidder. I'd trade Kobe White to the highest bidder. Let Vu walk. Trade Lavine to the Knicks. See if the Lakers still want DeMar. Even if you're just unloading DeMar just for salary space, because DeMar is getting older, and there are a lot of question marks with him. He's already 33. He'll be 34 next year. It's just, if you're the Bulls, you need to hit the rebuild. You should have done this in the offseason, or in the trade deadline and the offseason, and you did it. And look what you got. You got nothing out of it. And yes, I understand draft picks, stuff like that, but now you're in a position to where it's like, if you would have done it in the offseason, you probably could have gotten your draft pick back, because it was lottery protected, right? So you probably could have gotten your draft pick back, but no, you thought this team could turn it around. You thought Lonzo was coming back and Lonzo was going to be the answer. I don't know. I just think at this point, Chicago, you have your young bull, no pun intended, in Williams. You have AO, who looks like he's a nice player. Just go build around those two guys. Start putting pieces together. Start getting some draft picks. Start recouping stuff. The Vu trade turned out to be a terrible trade. DeMar, you made some bad moves, but nobody's going to knock you because you tried, right? Think of how many teams just don't try. Think of how many teams don't even put pieces or try to make trades or try to do anything. How many teams are just okay being mediocre or not even trying to expedite rebuilds and stuff. Nobody's going to knock the Bulls for going and getting Lavine and then going and getting Vu and then going and getting DeMar. And, nobody's going to knock them for that. And then you go get you sign Lonzo Ball and all that stuff. I don't knock anybody for that. But it didn't work. Cut your losses, move on. Right? So what? You're just going to be a play-in team for the next 3-4 years? It's silly. I really believe that you could probably get a haul from the New York Knicks. Because, look, the New York Knicks, they very well might beat the Cavs, which means they're going to be a second-round team, which means they're probably going to take on, Milwaukee? And if they even give Milwaukee a series, not saying they beat them, just saying, let's say they lose in 6, right? They very well might look at it and go, man, we're a Zach Lavine away from winning that series and being in the conference finals and potentially being in the NBA finals. I could see them pushing all their chips to the table to go get a guy like Lavine. And they have a whole treasure chest of draft picks. Go get the draft picks. If you can, get R.J. Barrett. Even if it's just R.J. Barrett and 5 firsts or 4 firsts, something like that for Lavine. That's a good haul for a guy that's been injury prone. You're not going to use him to build around. Cool. You get a young player that you can now use to build around. The Knicks are happy. They got, Brunson and Hart and Lavine as their guard play. I just think that it's a win-win for both sides. And now you can build around them. Trade DeMar, like I said. If the Lakers aren't interested, find a team. You know that there's going to be a team that's interested in DeMar, that is willing to take a chance on DeMar, that could just maybe use another scorer or something. Cool. Get something like that. Or if you have to, or just unload him, right? Give him away for free, essentially. Yeah. Just to unload his salary. Whatever you got to do. But I do think Chicago needs to hit that rebuild. I really do. But do you feel the same way? How do you feel about it? Do you think that they should have done it? Do you think that they should do it? How would you structure it? Who would you trade Lavine to? Again, obviously you want to get the highest package for all these guys. So I'm not saying just give them away just to give them away, but very likely you're probably just going to have to give these guys away. My problem is I don't think that they're going to pull the trigger. I mean, everyone was screaming for them to do it this past offseason and during the regular season, and they didn't. And I don't see them. I think that they believe that they're close, and I don't. I don't think that they're. I think even if they were to get a solid play, let's say they were able to get a Jeremy Grant or something, which I think would be ideal for that team. I still don't think that team is a contender or worthy of anything more than a first round playoff. Maybe the right matchup. Maybe you pull it out. I don't think the Bulls are as good as they think they are. And I just think that they have the pieces now that they could go and use to go and start a rebuild. And there's nothing wrong with that. You made the push, you tried. It failed. It didn't work out. Cut your losses, move on. Your fan base is going to support you. You know, people are going to be like, hey, yeah, they should have done this. I just think it's a win-win for the Bulls. But anyway, again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel.